everyone. The product that we will be reviewing today is Sales CPQ, which is also one of the products within the product line of Imperium Dynamics. So we will be walking through the Sales CPQ product, its features, how it can enhance your current dynamic sales, and what are the features that we have developed within the Sales CPQ, which mainly refers as configure, price, and quote. So looking at the screen right now, this is the main dashboard that we have for the Sales CPQ. Sales CPQ works in a similar way as dynamic sales with few additional components that we have added to ensure the pricing, configuration, and quoting system is also working within the dynamic sales. So the dashboard gives you an overview of how the product is performing, how many quotes you have, how many projections of quote and revenue you have within the system, different opportunities, revenue from those opportunities, product opportunities. Then we have accounts, which basically tells you different accounts that a salesperson has been associated with, or it can also have like different views, which can tell you all accounts of the customers. Next we have is contact, which lists out all the contacts within this view. We have multiple views in this as well. So changing the view would basically give you more detailed view of all the contacts. Then we have the sales tab, which have lead, opportunity, and competitors. Next comes up the quoting piece, order, invoice, products. Starting off with quotes. This is the feature of CPQ, which basically gives the opportunity to the sales rep using model-driven app to create a quote for their client. Let's start off by creating a quote. So creating a quote, you click on new. This will open up this form in which you will enter the name of the quote. So let's name it demo quote. Then we have the opportunity, which opportunity this is linked to. So we already have a demo opportunity created. And then we have the potential customers. So in this case, let's take AIC as the potential customers. So once we select the customer over here, the price list automatically gets populated. The price list functions as the source through which the product will be showed up along with their pricing configuration based on the price list associated with this. Next, we click on save, which will basically enable the sales rep to create the quotes or add different products for this quote. Click on add product, which will open up the form with a list of available products. To select the product, the user have an option of clicking and typing into the product section, as well as they have an option of searching. So when we click on search, the list down shows all the list of products associated with the price list. So selecting the first one, acute care beds, this will populate the unit of this product, image would show up, and the base price of this product will show up. When we click on save, the system generates the attribute categories associated with this product. In this case, as we are seeing, the attribute categories are color and length. Color blue is set as default, the length 12 as set as default. The user have an option of changing the attribute of this product. So in this case, if you want to change the attribute, you click on the attribute, a drop-down will show up and you select a different color. Same goes for length. We select a different length and we go care. When you click on save, what this will do is the system will make adjustments and update the pricing for each of the new attributes that you have selected for this product. So in our case, these change of prices are reflecting up here. The base price is 80. So the total unit price of the product comes out as 378. We have quantity 1. So let's take it as quantity 10. So system would click on save. The system would update the total pricing. Then we have the section for the manual discount. That's totally up to the user if they want to give that discount or they want to leave that blank. So as of now, we just leave it as blank. Click save and close, which basically adds up this product into the quote. The user have options of adding multiple products, different attributes in here, giving more options to the user. Once the products have been added into the quote, the sales rep can save this quote and then click on activate quote, which basically locks all the fields so no changes can be done within this quote that has been created, and an email will be sent out to the associated person with the account AIC, and they will be updated with the information of a new quote, which they would be able to see within the portal once they log in. So the portal is the second piece of the Sales CPQ, which we will be reviewing in the later sections. Moving ahead, So once the code has been created, it has been reviewed by the client for whom this has been created. The terms and conditions have been met, and if this seems to be fine, so this code can be accepted from the portal, and the sales rep would also receive an email that this code has been accepted by the customer, and then they would be creating an order for this. Once you click on create order, the system would give you a pop-up which would ask for more details. Once all the relevant details have been entered in here, you click on OK. This will basically create an order based on this code and the pricing. So once the order have been created, the system will be redirecting us into the order section where similar screen would show up with more details. The sales rep can enter these details and mark this order as fulfilled, like order fulfilled, create invoice, cancel order, recalculate, or different option sets that we have in here. So once sales rep assumes like the order has been fulfilled, they can click on fulfill order. Once the user assumes that this code has been accepted, they have an option of creating an invoice. So when you click on create invoice, the system would generate invoice associated for the same client based on the same products. So you can have a look into all the details of the products in here, and then we'll have the total pricing for this invoice. Then we need to have like multiple options in here: invoice paid, invoice cancel. So in this case, like if the invoice is paid, so the user would select invoice paid, and this would be marked as a paid invoice. Otherwise, there's an option of cancel invoice, which would give the users different options for the reasons of calculation of the invoices. Moving on to the next part is the product. In the product section, we basically have the list of all the products which are added into the system. So in this case, we are seeing a total number of 58 products that has been added. These products might be associated with some price list. These products might not be associated with some of the price list. So to make changes or make more settings within the product for pricing and other details, we go into the app setting area. Then we have product and families. This is the place where the user would be adding the products, and then they will be adding their prices in there. So let's open up one of these examples that we have created and see how it actually looks. So if I click on color cosmetic enhancers, this is one of the products. This would show up the image of the product, all other relevant details. This one doesn't have any distinct attributes associated with this one. So we can take a look into another product which would be having attributes associated with this. Let's take a look into the product CO2 absorbers. So once the product has been opened up, it will show the product image, product details, different distinct attributes associated with this product. So in this case, we are referring to capacity and the color. The capacity is the attribute categories, different attributes, default, and the pricing for each one if needed. So this is how, like, if the user want to add new product attribute, they can click on new product attribute and add relevant product attribute based on the attribute category, attribute, the pricing for this product. So once that has been added, the user can associate this product to a certain price list. Accounts that we were looking into previously were associated with a price list. So to add a product into the price list, we head over to the price list section. The price list section would give you different options of creating separate price lists for the products that needs to be added within each of the price lists. So let's open up retail price list, which we looked earlier for creating the code. You have the general description over here. Then you have the price list items. This is the place where you would be adding in all the products associated with this price list. So as we looked into the CO2 absorber, so CO2 absorber has been added into this price list. If you click on CO2 absorbers, this will open up, and then it would have the associated attributes, attribute categories, along with the pricing in here. If anything needs to be changed for the product that has been associated with this price list, so those changes can be made in here, which would be reflecting on that price list. These were the settings that we can make changes from the app setting area. Moving back to the sales area, we have order section, which will list down all the orders that have been received for the quotes that we looked into earlier. Invoices is for the invoices that we will be generating based on the quotes. Moving on, the next section we would be reviewing would be the portal site, which would be customer facing, in which the actions the customer would be taking, same features would be available to the customers who would be interacting with the product catalog, creating quotes, reviewing quotes that has been created for that customer, and then ensuring or agreeing on the quoting prices, and then finally ordering the products.